Students across the Southland are preparing to head back to the classroom. But for one local couple, what should have been their son's most exciting high school years has turned to grief and tragedy. CBS 2's Soraya Fidel has the story of one day that changed their lives forever.
And he was just getting his class list in order for the fall. I said, Justin, you have 60 more days of junior year. You know, what do you need to do? Let us help you. And he goes, I know what I have to do, Mom.
It's been a struggle for Daryl and Susan Carr, knowing the promise of what could have been.
Everything that I've done in my life was for him. I'm struggling right now.
All those dreams, you know, that we had, he had, that we'll never know. They'll never be realized.
All right, woo-hoo! Justin Carr was 16 years old. He was a standout at Harvard Westlake. He loved his parents.
Thank you guys for raising me.
Painting, performing, school activities, and architecture. But most of all, Justin loved swimming. He got his start as an infant.
We got in swimming lessons.
When he was a baby.
It was something he grew to love.
When he was probably 8 or 9, we went to the Rose Bowl, and he saw the kids swimming races, and he said, I want to do that.
It was an all-city meet. We registered, and they asked, okay, what was your last time? He says, I've never swam in a meet before. And the lady actually said, well, you're not going to win. They taught him how to dive off the blocks in the pool 5 minutes before the race. And he didn't want to swim. He's a perfectionist. And I said, you go in there and you jump in the water. And I said, and you swim like crazy. He agreed. He got on the blocks. He was the last one to jump in the water after the gun went off. And he beat everybody by a good 10 yards.
Justin surprised his parents from the beginning.
We weren't ready. We weren't prepared. He was supposed to be born November 2nd, and he was born September 13th, so he was almost 6 weeks early. So we were afraid, but the doctor said he was a well baby.
He was an only child, growing up, excelling in academics and swimming, looking at Harvard and other top-notch schools, and then the day that changed their lives forever.
Susan, take us back to that day. Tell me about that.
He called me and he said, hi, Mom, it's Justin. I'm getting ready to jump in the pool with my phone, and he's laughing. So that was a little bit after 3. The next call I get at 4 o'clock is from his friend's mom, who said something terrible has happened to Justin. And I was at work, and she said they're taking him to the hospital. And I just, you know, screamed, jumped up, got in a car, I was shaking.
The worst drive of my life. I couldn't get there fast enough. I called my brother, and I couldn't even talk. I don't know what to say. The anxiety was too much. And then to get the news was just too much for any one person to handle. I said, this can't be true. Why? This can't be Justin. It just can't be. And everything that I feared came true.
And then the doctor came in and just shook his head, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And he said, Justin died. It was like out of body, because you couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Justin died from idiopathic hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, a thickness of the heart that can lead to sudden death. His parents never knew he had it. It can strike without warning, and it did.
I want my baby back. I mean, there's all these things that we can't do. I mean, it's the nightmare, because that's all we were strive for all of his life, is to provide for him and to let him be.
It's been extremely difficult for the couple. One thing that has helped, keeping his room and his things as they were.
When I'm in here, I say, well, this is him. And I'll lay in his bed too and reminisce. And sometimes it hurts, because I expect to see him laid across the bed, because he was always in the bed doing homework.
Now, Justin's parents are on a mission. They've launched the Justin Carr Wants World Peace Foundation to teach people about the dangers of cardiomyopathy, and most importantly, to to keep Justin's memory alive.
We're going to try to do what Justin wanted. Just try to help some kids.
After-school program for visual performing arts, tutoring, mentoring.
For now, his parents treasure the many memories Justin left behind, like this picture of his prom date, carrying his picture on her wrist, or this final photo, Mom's hand holding his in the hospital.
This is just our piece. I mean, why would I want to change, you know? We are finding a few treasures.
Treasures that they never knew existed, like this audio recording of him singing that they recently found on his cell phone.
Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free in the home of the brave?
For more on the Justin Carr Wants World Peace Foundation, just go to our website, cbsla.com.